Hey guys, in today's video I wanted to show you guys how to make this super cute heart mini squash album. It's super interactive, super fun, a great gift you can make for anybody. There's so much love that went into this project. It's just crazy, and it's also just crazy the amount of things you can make with paper and the projects you can make with paper. Like, they're just so cool. So I put so much love into this project and I hope you guys really enjoyed it. So if you guys are interested in knowing how to make this heart mini squash album and all of the interactive pieces I included as well, just keep watching. To start off, you're first gonna go to the Silhouette Design Store. I have this thing, it's called the Heart Squash Mini Album. I'm gonna open up my Silhouette Studio and we're gonna open this up and then get to cutting it so you guys could see how to make that exactly. So as soon as I have my Silhouette design program open, I'm gonna click over here onto these little icons on the side. I always forget which one. I think it's this one. Yeah, okay, so this little icon right here is like your library. So I'm gonna look at everything I have here, which is just a lot, guys. There's a search feature up here, so let's type in heart. Oh, there we go. Typed in heart and it's right here. This is what happens when you open it up, okay? It is pretty big, but I like that it includes all the pieces I need to cut out and all the sizing. So these little pieces will fit right into here. These squares will fit right into here. So then I could just cut out my design paper that I want to use after. And then it also has all of these marks here, which is the perforated line. So basically the hard work is done for me. So what I'm gonna do is actually turn this. I want to turn it because I want to make this bigger. So you guys could see here that I couldn't really make it bigger the other way. It would then, you know, this way. Turn the other way, I couldn't make it too much bigger, but turn this way, since the paper is longer this way, I can make it longer. You know what I could have done actually is just change this to landscape mode instead of portrait, but this was just easier. But anyway, while I still have this all selected, I wanted to make it bigger because once you unselect it, then you're only gonna have some pieces get bigger and not the whole entire thing. But you want all the pieces to fit, so you wanna keep it in a group right now and just make everything bigger before you do any cutting. I really don't need to have 3 of these. You see how there's 1, 2, and 3? I'm just gonna cut the same one 3 times. They're the same exact pieces, but I only need 1. It's just that when the designer put it together, she made this with 3, I guess, pieces. So I'm gonna group these other pieces back together so I can move them around. I don't need them right now, and I probably won't ever need them because I have this one already right here. First, I'm gonna put in some white paper, and we're gonna get this cutting about 3 times because I think I wanna do about 3 of them. I'm not really sure. You can make it longer or shorter, whatever you want. All right guys, so I'm just grabbing a white piece of like thicker paper just so I can make my card. I'm gonna put it down onto my mat, and I know I'm not using a Silhouette cutting mat. I'm using a Cricut mat, but that's just because they're cheaper, so you do what you gotta do, guys. And it's not sticky, so I'm making this work. I'm taping off the sides. We're just, you know, we're doing this the cheapo style because the mats do get pricey, and if I was to rebuy one every single time, I would just probably go bankrupt. So we're gonna put this in and we're gonna load the cutting mat. Now here on my computer, I have certain settings to just like cut through it. So whatever your settings are to cut through the paper that you're using, I have here adjust cut settings, and I'm just gonna change it to light cardstock. I renamed all mine. There's like 6, 7, 8, blue cut line, whatever those mean are not gonna mean anything to you, but my settings on light cardstock, which is not really light, is a speed of 9 and a thickness of 32. I just want it to cut through. So I'm gonna click send to Silhouette on the bottom, and it's gonna start cutting this thing now. So here we go. Here's gonna be my first piece. All right guys, there we go. Here's my very first piece in here, and I know it's hard to see right now. Let me take this off. Pops right off, and here we go. Ta-da! Here's the first piece of, that's gonna be my little kind of card thing here. So I'm gonna do the other 2 sheets and I'll be right back. All right guys, so I got my 3 pieces here. I got 1, 2, and 3. So the next thing I'm gonna do is move this guy out of the way. So let's move him to the side, and I'm gonna take this heart. So I need to cut 2 of these. This is gonna be the front kind of cover and the back cover. So I'm actually just gonna put them in the top so I'm not wasting too much paper. And I'm gonna use this super gold cardstock that I have here. I'm using this because it's nice and thick, and for the cover I want something to be nice and thick and sturdy. So that's why I'm using this, and also because if you guys know me, you guys know I am just like obsessed with the color gold, and anything I make has to have some kind of gold in it basically. So, and I'm pretty much gonna use the same settings as I did before, except that now I'm gonna do a double cut. So basically that just means it's just gonna cut twice. I have come to the conclusion, guys, that my card is gonna be gigantic. So here are my covers. I had to cut these about 4 times, I think, with a double cut. It's super thick, and because the glitter, it makes it that much harder to cut through. I'm also probably gonna cover these in Mod Podge just so the glitter doesn't fall off, but I will do that aside from this video. You guys don't have to do that, so I'm not even gonna bother showing it. But after cutting it, I do see like some of these pieces kind of like lifting up with glitter. Here are my front and back pieces. Here are my inside pieces. Now the next steps are gonna be to cut out the scrapbook paper. So what I actually just decided is that I want something on this side. So this next paper is super thin, just scrapbook paper that I'm gonna stick onto here. I don't want this to be plain white. So I organized this to see if they would fit if I had enough scrapbook paper, because this is all I had left. Obviously it's a scrap. So I'm gonna take these off. I also reorganized my file now to have 2 hearts and organized it that way. And I resized my paper to be 12 by 12 so that when I put it in, it'll cut the 2 already. I got my 2 pieces here. Uno and dos. I don't know why I said that in Spanish. I don't even know Spanish, guys. But anyway, I got my 2 pieces, so I'm gonna glue that on the inside of these. I'm just gonna take my double-sided permanent adhesive tape roller, and I'm just gonna tape on the back of these glitter pieces. I'm gonna try to get the edges really well. Trial and error, guys. Make sure that when you do these other pieces, you kind of flip the paper the other way on your sheet, or flip it in the program. This is because I guess the hearts are not created equally, so I cut these guys out and they don't exactly fit on the back of that. They're kind of like the same way, so they would fit this way, making that white of a white background, but they won't fit with the color. So I'm gonna use this paper now, even though I really liked this one, but I'm gonna use this watercolor one, and I'm gonna flip it on my page, and now I'm gonna cut them out yet again. So trial and error, that's how we learn, but I just wanted to give you guys that heads up. Don't make the same mistake I did. Now I have my 2 pieces. Now because this is a watercolor, they're a little different on both sides. One's more green, one is more blue. I'm okay with that, but depends on what you guys like. So I already have some tape on here. I guess I'll just put on a little bit more, make sure nothing is really coming off. And then I'm just gonna put this guy down. Now they should match up pretty perfectly. Here we go. Now I have these 2 pieces that I just did. So this is gonna be the beginning of my book. This is the other side, and it's just gonna, like, I guess, open up. So it's gonna be a really big scrapbook project here. All right, guys, now I'm gonna take these sheets and I'm gonna fold these along all the perforated lines. I don't know if you guys could see them. You guys see the perforated lines? So I'm gonna fold along all those lines, forward and backwards. So one way and then the other way, and then diagonally. So now I'm gonna take these and I'm gonna take my permanent tape adhesive roller, and I'm just gonna put tape onto one of these squares. Okay, so I'm just gonna put tape down here. All right, and I'm just gonna connect these squares and put this other square on top. And the same thing with this square. I'm gonna put some tape on this guy. So then this square is also gonna go on top of this one. Alright, now I'm just gonna try to put this together like an accordion kind of thing. So that's gonna go like that. The first one goes forward, the second one folds back, and then this one is gonna fold forward again. once you got that part down, the rest is gonna be fine. See how these two go forward and then these two go back and then these two go forward again, so that when you put it back together and you take it apart, it pretty much folds itself as long as you have that pretty much set up. Now what we're gonna do is flip this over, and I'm gonna put some tape onto here because we're gonna glue or tape our outside cover to this. So this edge is just gonna get glued on to the bottom of this heart. And then the same thing on this side. I'll flip this over and put some tape here. Putting our creation aside for now, now we have to look through some scrap paper and decide what we want to use, because we have to decorate. We're gonna be decorating all of these like inside pieces. So we're gonna decorate these top hearts and we're gonna decorate all of these squares. So I need some scrap paper for that. As you guys could see here, I'm gonna cut out these little pieces. I still have some more. I have 8 more I have to do after these 4. But I'm gonna attempt to use this heart that I cut out and messed up with them first. So let's send that to the silhouette. And let's try and cut out some pieces out of this because I do like this paper a lot. So I'm gonna finish cutting all of these, including these squares that I also need to cut that you guys see right here, like this one. I'm gonna have to cut all of these as well. So I will be back once I have all that scrapbook paper cut out. So I have all of my pieces here. Nothing is glued on yet, but I'm also making a little tab that like I could like pull something out of one of these things. So I did like an internal offset of the square. This is the actual square right here. That's the size. I did an internal offset, so now I have that little square. So I'm gonna use that little square. I made a little tab thing with this little box icon right here. It's just looks like that. I'm gonna delete that because I have mine. But then I'm gonna put this back here. I'm going to make sure those are aligned in the center, and then I'll right click and I'll click weld. So now it'll cut out just like that. And I'm gonna cut that out on this paper. Alright guys, just to get this somewhat assembled, because I'm getting a little confused here, just like thinking about organizing this, I am gonna assemble most of the pieces except for this one and this one so far, only because these ones I want to have pockets, so I will do those last. Alright guys, so now these pieces, I'm trying to see like how this is gonna fit on here. So basically all I want to glue is these edges so that I could still fit my little tab into here. So I have these two thin tape kind of things. They're double-sided, so I'm gonna align how I want my paper there and just keep it there for a little bit. I'm gonna put down the tape on the bottom. And then on the edges, I have this even thinner tape that I'm going to use for that. Alright guys, I think that's all good. Now all I have to do is remove this top piece. Alright, so now I'm gonna glue this down right here on the edge here, but as you guys can see, there's no tape on this top, so I should still be able to use it as like a pocket. So guys, it's definitely a little snug in there, but it works. So there we go. We have my nice little tab. I'm gonna do another one on this side, which is why I haven't glued this guy yet. But it'll pretty much be the same thing. I just have to print another little tab thing. Alright guys, and I have some double-sided tape here, over here, here, and here. Nothing right here on the side. So I'm just gonna glue this down now, or tape it down, I guess. I mean, I already put tape on it. So it also helps when you have, I actually have to cut, I'm gonna cut this down a little bit, but it helps when you have a thick backing on these. So I actually double backed it and I put a layer of white cardstock on the back as well. It was white to begin with, but just to make it thicker, because that's what's gonna help it slide inside a little better. So there we go, we cut that off. Now this should slide so much better. There we go, guys. All right, guys, I cut out a whole bunch of things. So I did some of these. These are just scored down the middle, or mine are perforated, but you could just score these. I'm gonna put these here to have like 2 more open flaps with some photos. So I printed some photos as well. Not the best quality because my printer is literally dying and I don't have any other option of doing this right now. But I'm gonna have a photo that goes here. I have them all, because it's our 6-month anniversary, so I have them like kind of all laid out of where they're supposed to go. So let me just start gluing these on. So first one's first is this one, or rather, instead of gluing, I guess I'm taping. So this is May. They all say the date on them, and I think that just makes it great. Yeah, so that's like the whole entire thing. Guys, this looks so cute. I'm gonna decorate a little bit. I'm gonna put down some more decorations, and I also want to put in some embellishments and things like that. So as soon as I get that done, I'll come back here and share with you guys this whole entire thing so far. It's looking so good. I just gotta figure out how to make these stay because those need to be able to close. Alright guys, so I finished my little 6-month-versary gift. So I put in some baker's twine here to keep it kind of closed. So you guys will see how I did that in a minute. I decorated the front here. I just have like a flower thing. It says, "You make me happy and crazy, but happy is circled," and it says happy 6-month anniversary. And then I also included a little button that you could kind of use to open it up, or it could also just be decoration. So here we go, guys. This is the whole entire thing. So it starts off here. I have some flower decorations. As I showed you guys, I have this little pull me tab right here. This one's kind of tricky to get in. I probably glued that a little wrong. I have our first photo together. Here it says believe. I cut them in half so that I could still, you know, fold these pieces. So just be careful if you're putting like big things there. I have this. This is June, July, August, just some photos. Here it says lucky. Up here it says you are my happy. Then here we get into September. I have another photo. And then I have a little camera, and then I have another photo for October. Here it says smile, and then here's our photo from November with another interactive piece right here, which is another little note right there. So the way that I also did the baker's twine is I hole punched 1/8 hole punch right here. I threaded it through the back. Because I have a hole punch on each side. I have a hole punch here and a hole punch here. I will link this guy down below. It's just a 1/8 hole punch, and I didn't want anything too big, so that when I fold it up, the string is still pretty much there. And then I have the string here, and I could just tie it again. And there we go. There's my whole entire gift. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's a little long, but thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to click that red subscribe button down below if you haven't done so already. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!